Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to the show. We are in a new studio. I'm just struggling to catch up the studio, so sorry for the delay. Apologies. Everything seemed to be lost, and hopefully we are working. We are live. Yeah, it just looks a little bit different my side. During this broadcast, you can support my page by sending stars, a digital gift that helps me to earn money. So if you do want to support the show, it's been an intense year. It's already almost mid-May, would you believe? It's autumn time, springtime, depending on which hemisphere you're in. And for some of us, we've been very busy. For all of us, we are coasting along, cruising along in all these energies, and it's interesting, when I listen to some of the theories about the Earth and this planet, being whether it's a geoidal disk around, basically a round planet, Earth-shaped, or whether it is a flat Earth, and it's kind of interesting when you look at these perspectives. I think it's definitely, you can look at the world through different perspectives. From afar, definitely we are a round disc, but from the perspective of being on the ground, you can understand why there's an element of being flat as well, of course, because we experience that being on the ground. We don't experience being on like a ball. We experience being on a flat surface. So Katie, welcome to the show. Great to see you. Carlos, welcome to the show, and thank you for sharing. And Marianne, I believe time can fly. I think you mean time. I don't know. Rhyme can fly. Welcome to the show, everyone. Sorry for being late. If you were waiting for me, time can fly. Marianne says it's just a perception. Yeah, so everything is perception, and it's kind of like if you think the sky is blue, it's blue. But in every other language, there's thousands of languages. It comes under a different name. The sky has a different name. It's a different color. In terms of, it's not blue, because if you have another language, it's with whatever blue is, blau or blue, blow, or however you pronounce it. It's not exactly blue, is it? So it's interesting how we think that the world is, how we think it is, how we experience it, and in many ways that is true for us, but for other people it's a little bit different. For other people it's and it may be the same, but it comes under different names. So in a way we are all the same, but in a way we are all different. I'm just checking up on the dog. It's eating some tissue, so she eats tissue for whatever reason, so it's a little bit concerning sometimes. I always have some tissues around. So I have two little animal helpers with me, and I always love to be with animals because they are very present, very unconditional, and there's no story in their head. It's very real what they're, what they're feeling, what they're up to. There's no hidden agenda. If they're hungry, they're hungry. It's not, they're not trying to, cast a shadow, tell a story, manipulate, pull your strings. They're very open, very transparent. So Carlos says, welcome. How are you today, Carlos? And welcome to the show. What's happening in your world? How is the year going? Would you like me to pick your card? Would you like some clarity about some issues? Would you like some support, some feedback? Carlos says, I'm good. That's great, Carlos. Carlos is good. Carlos is cruising along. And spiritually, how are we developing? Are there things that we're working on? Are there emotions you're feeling that you still would like to clear? A lot of people may have past memories from their life, and they're still holding on to certain things. Carlos says, no reading, just excited about the new Conjuring movie, which is coming out in September. Very exciting, Carlos. And what else? Feel free to write in the comments anything that's happening, because it's a semi interactive show, but it really helps with when I have engagement, when I have people responding. So I always appreciate it. And please, if you are on YouTube, please like and share the show. That makes all the difference. I am gonna start to shuffle these cards, and I've got this little dog over here, which you can probably see under my arm, and she is the little tissue eater. She loves the tissue. She wants to eat the tissue. So here she is. Her name is Panda, and she's very, very soft and very gentle. So soft. So it's very nice to touch her because she's so soft. So do you have animals? Maybe you could share the animals. Carlos has asked me a question. I'm pretty good, Carlos. I had a good day yesterday. I think I've just been doing way too many things, and I was struggling to sleep. I got a bit, maybe it's adrenaline or just too much excitement, and so now I'm just coming down a bit. I felt a bit tired this morning and was busy with a lot of things, doing some paintings as well, busy with an exhibition. And welcome to Misty, welcome to the show. Carlos says he wants, I think you mean a dog, you want a little panda bear. And little panda likes, she's very affectionate dog. And you're so soft, aren't you? So she's here to help and support us energetically in this transformation. And for many of us, we may be experiencing memories, old memories from the past. So how do we deal with that? The best way is to journal, to write things down. If there are heavy emotions, often burning things, keep clearing the energy. So we need to burn things away. So we need to clear them out of our lives. We need to sort of almost destroy, like fire is such a powerful energy, but it just floods things. So if you think of a flood will pass through, and it's very destructive, a flood, but you'll have a lot of stuff left over. But when things burn, there's just nothing left. It's nothing salvageable. It's all completely destroyed. So when you have these memories, when you have things that emotions from past and maybe relationships, things that you're still processing, often it helps to journal. It helps to write them down and then burn that if you need to. If there was a certain memory that was that you were struggling with, we all have relationships perhaps in the past that we struggled with, and our subconscious mind is still dreaming about them, still processing that. So keep clearing, because the more we clear, the more present we become in this moment, which is, our real power is right now. It's not 20 years ago. 20 years ago, that's gone. And everywhere, you all know that in Chile. I'm just preparing to cat sit next week. I'm hoping it's just for a week. Well, that's really nice, Marianne. Is that a friend of yours? Which cat is that? And I guess you want it to be short term. Is it a lot of responsibility? Do you just feel like it's something you only want to do part time? Because animals do require care, of course. If you take care of an animal, then it's got its own needs, and unfortunately, a lot of animals don't really have their needs. They don't really have their needs taken care of because people just don't have time. I mean, you need to give the animal time. And dogs need walks. They need to go out. They have social needs. They need to exercise. For some people, they just stick them somewhere and leave them. And sometimes even I've seen animals left alone, and it's really sad, because imagine you were left in a small space or something all alone, all day long. So animals are, we are human animals. So think of them like you, they like us. They're just a little bit different, and we're like them, and we're just a little bit different. We have more thoughts in our head. So Marianne says for her sisters, you're looking after a cat for your sisters, and he loves to scratch linens and furniture. Yeah, that can be tricky. They can make a bit of a mess. This one, Panda, she's eaten, she eats wires, and she chews and wires, but she has been improving recently. So if you'll just give me a minute, I'm just going to tend to this dog. So I'm just opening the door so he can go out or come in. All right, so welcome everyone to the show. Do put in your comments anything you would like me to discuss or anything personal you're happy to share with the group. And today is the 14th of May in Australia, but in other places and a lot of the world, it's still the 13th of May. We still have these beautiful numbers, 13 and 14. 14 is one of my favorite numbers, as my birthday is on the 14th, and it's got a beautiful numerology of 5. So some of you know numerology. It's very much you only have 9 numbers that you count, and you always reach a final number. So I'm just going to write that down. So 1 plus 4 equals 5. So just an example of numerology. So there it is. 1 plus 4 equals 5. So the 14th of May, for instance, that has a numerology of 5. And she's chewing my card thing, so she's quite naughty, this one. She always wants to chew something, but she's very beautiful. So that's the numerology of the 14th of May, which for some of you will be tomorrow. So there's always a number. Your birth date has a number. Every day has a numerology attached to it. So names have numerologies. It's all patterns are intertwined in consciousness. So consciousness is manifest through patterns, and patterns manifest through numbers. So everything has a number and a musical note. So life is music. Music is life. So let's pick. I was shuffling the cards, and I was going to pick a card for the month of May. Although there already is 2 weeks into May. Hey, I'm here. She wants to choose something, this dog. You can chew that if you want. So let's just see if the cards bring us a message for the month of May. And for anyone online, let me know where you are, how the weather is, what's it like over there, and anything you would like me to discuss today. So for the month of May, let's just pick a card. All right, so this is an interesting card, beautiful card. Let me see if you can see that. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's coming out there. So the colors are very beautiful colors. What do you think? It's a very deep ocean, very, very turquoise ocean. So this card about the month of May is really seeing the potential around you, bringing unconsciousness to light, bringing that which is unconscious to light. So it's a very I would almost say the C is often to do with the subconscious. Sorry, it goes very deep. Of course, what's in the C. So this card is telling us that there's way more to life than we realized. It's got way more potential than we understood was there. And we have way more potential than we acknowledge, that we realize. So this is saying wait a minute, you thought the world was one way, but actually it's vastly different. I was talking a little bit about how our perspective changes everything, but it's we all have a perspective, and we all like these little lights in the sky, and it isn't about wrong or right, because my language, I'll say, no, the sky is blue, and for another person the sky is, maybe it's raining, the sky is gray, or they just have a different language, so they're saying it's blue, but in their language it's blue. So who's to say? It's not wrong or right, it's perspective. It's all the perspective you have. And you can also see things. If I tell you the sky is red, your brain is sort of searching for the red in the sky. We're amazing how we create meaning out of everything. We're meaning making masters, or making meaning. We're making things true in our minds. So you're looking for things that that you think are there, that you, not necessarily that they are there, but you think they're there. And in a way, everything is consciousness. So everything is everywhere. You can see anything in anything. It's all there. It's all like the vast ocean that this card portrays. It's all in the ocean, and there isn't so much about wrong or right or good or bad. It's all there. And it also reminds us of that this planet used to be water-based, had a lot more water, and the crystal clear waters before humans started all their technology and all their destructiveness, selfishness. You could imagine this incredibly clean and pure planet. Imagine a planet without any of human technology. You could see in the distance forever, endlessly, and it was so clear you could see underwater for miles. So this card represents as well the potential in our minds when we have a crystalline clarity, when we spend a month in a cave meditating or whatever it is, and we see possibility and potential in all things. And this card is also reminding us that we have the ability and choice to see the potential in all people and all situations. All the potential's there. And this could be a natural trait. It could be something within us that's natural, that's, what was the word I was looking for? That's a natural proclivity, a innate ability. Or it could be a sign that what you're currently doing has great potential. You're planting seeds, and this is great potential. So there's some history here to the ancient technologies, the ancient civilizations that planted, that came down to the earth to seed the planet. So there's also this connection we're having. It may be that you're just having a glimpse in your subconscious of this ancient lineage. We all have an ancient star lineage. You may also be having situations or projects which have a lot of potential right now. So May is about potential, and it may be things are coming into fruition. Things are sort of budding, they're coming to life. It's a very positive sign that things may seem messy, but they're actually working for the highest good, the highest potential of all involved, all humanity, and all of the beautiful creatures and animals and life forms on this planet. So it's very uplifting month, and it's bringing this light-filled possibility into existence. I'm just looking at the dog, if you're wondering where I'm looking. What's going on with you? You're just looking at me. So this portends, this instigates harmony, contentment, and positive outcomes. So there's a lot of positive energy here. According to Carl Jung, that which we don't make conscious, that which we don't bring into consciousness, appears in our life as fate, which I find really, this is very accurate, and especially with childhood wounding, childhood trauma, these kind of realities are very real with our relationships, our attachment styles in life. That which we do not bring into our conscious awareness appears in our life as fate. So it just comes out in our life, and we don't feel like we have conscious volition or control or choice over it. When water appears in dreams and art, it often represents the unconscious mind, as I was saying before. So this month is about bringing light to unconscious patterns that we may be suppressed and we may be unaware of. To look at them and see them clearly unconsciously, so they don't appear in our life as our fate. So what unconscious patterns or behaviors are ready to be brought to the light of day in the month of May? That's a question coming out of this card. What subconscious patterns or behaviors are ready to be brought into the light of day? So bringing the unconscious into light. And let's have a look at the messages or comments. Sunny and hot in Missouri, US. So it is a little bit sunny in Australia, but a few clouds. So it's kind of it's quite very comfortable weather. Not too hot, certainly not cold. It's a nice kind of weather. A little bit balmy. Very comfortable weather. I had a dream about a guy I like. He's a celeb and a Wiccan. I wonder if he sent me the dream. Another celeb he's associated with was in it too. He was flirty. What is he trying to tell me? This is your subconscious speaking to you, Marianne. It's not him, it's you. So everything comes from within. Everything comes from our consciousness. Our consciousness maps it out. It projects it out into our world, but it all comes from our mind. So everything you see is a projection of the mind. So our eyes themselves are not seeing reality. It's presented in the brain as what we think is reality. So it's not actually what's, what we're seeing is not actually necessarily there. It's what our brain is telling us is there. So those are different things. So this celeb is not communicating with you, Marianne. You are communicating with yourself. Max says, hey, welcome to the show, Max. Beautiful picture. And welcome, Vlad. Greetings. How are you, Vlad? Welcome to the show. Betsy says, this sounds really helpful. I think you're referring to the month of May, Betsy, and welcome everyone. Welcome, Betsy. Welcome, Vlad. How are you? Welcome, Max. It is a whole new experience. This world. It's much more intense than it always was intense. I reckon, depending on where you live. But the energies are. I think it's got more complex. It's got more cosmic. Our extraterrestrial lineage is being activated. We are connecting. A lot of us are connecting to our extraterrestrial lineage. There's much more star activity. The star keepers are much more active at the moment, watching us. So we are definitely a species being watched, and part of that is for our protection. Part of that is kind of just checking that we are not blowing ourselves up. There's a lot of collective curiosity in the stars about planet Earth, because things are exploding. The technology we have is unbelievable, unfathomable how much technology we have. They trickle this down to us very slowly, but it is actually so much more out there than it's unimaginable, the potential of a human being and the human race, humanity, and the Earth. And so much of the mess we see, it's kind of just children playing in the dirt, playing in the mud. It's not our potential, but a lot of opening, a lot of subconscious clearing. That's your subconscious mind, Marianne, that's coming to you. And communicating with you. So it's all about communication, and analysis is sometimes a thorny field because we don't really know, we don't always know exactly what our minds are telling us, and our minds are doing their own thing. Everyone's mind is a little bit different. So it's important that you take a personal perspective on your own dreams and realize that they are yours. They may be private, they may be sacred, they may be special only for you. They're your experience, you're experiencing, and there isn't necessarily someone who's going to come along and tell you this is what your dream means. There are archetypes in common, things that appear often in dreams that repeat themselves about dreams, things that reappear. And there's certain dream Bibles, dream journals. I used to carry around with me a dream Bible, and that was based on a fair amount of experience of what the kind of themes, the meanings of the themes that appear, the archetypes that keep repeating themselves. So every story keeps repeating. I think there's something like in movies, there's only 5 stories or something. The basic archetypes tend to reoccur. And there's often I love the hero's journey. That's I don't know if you've heard of the hero's journey. Joseph Campbell was very much interested in archetypes and things that keep reoccurring. Carl Jung as well, interested in finding out about the human journey. So look up the hero's journey if you're curious, because I feel like so many stories and our own life is about this narrative, this almost mythology that we keep repeating. It's like call to adventure. That's a great one. That's often it's if you see films, there's an event. There's something that disrupts the norm. So many films have pretty much, usually at the beginning, something happens. So you have a person, they wake up, and then there's some kind of event. And then that becomes an invitation, a calling to go on this whole adventure and meeting different people. Often there's a in the traditional hero story, there's like a mentor, there's like a wisdom keeper. And that wisdom keeper has been on many journeys, very experienced, and helps mentor, guide the invitee, the hero, the potential hero, the hero of the story, the main character. That mentor sort of invites them along, believes in them. But often the hero resists. There's often resistance. That's usually what you see in stories. There's some hesitance. The hero, the potential hero, is kind of like, oh, I don't feel like doing this. So there's uncertainty, fear. But then there's always pushing out into the world and going beyond. So going beyond the normal, leaving this sort of mundane world. And then, of course, allies. There's always some allies. Tests, of course, but there's always an enemy or many enemies. So there's always, and it can be an internal enemy, a challenge, an obstacle. There's always a confrontation of those enemies. And then it goes on from that, to confronting this sort of climax, fighting the enemy, which can be within the great it's a great challenge. And then there's a return. There's a return to the ordinary world, returning as a hero. So that's why it's called the hero's journey. You don't start as a hero, you return as a hero after you have been resurrected, or you've achieved victory. And there's often a reward, or the hero returns to the world with new belief, with personal growth, with self-discovery, with tales of glory. So it's a very powerful journey, the hero's journey. We all experience it in some ways in our life, and the archetypes repeat themselves. So it's extraordinarily pertinent to our modern life. So remember that you are the hero of your own story. You are the possibility that you look for, the things that you're fighting, the things that you are yearning for, the things that you are overcoming. They're all a journey into being the hero of your own story, the hero of your own journey. So with that being said, let's pick a card for the month of June. I'm just curious what energies are coming through for the month of June, because let's see. So I've got to be honest with you, I just picked the same card. I picked the same card as I picked for May. So this is a May-June energy. So it's not just, and we're already the middle of May, so it kind of makes sense that we're already, maybe this energy is more pulling us in June, that I was talking about before, with the ocean, the potential, bringing possibilities to light. But I am going to pick another card to assist us and support us in May and June. Okay. All right. So this energy is reminding us to keep harmony and balance. So whatever the excitement, whatever the possibility, whatever the transformation that's happening around us, keep reminding yourself to stay in balance and stay in harmony. So I just, I got quite excited yesterday. I was busy with a lot of things, and I felt like I was a little bit out of balance. Like I need to just come back into attunement, come back into groundedness, into balance. So that's just a reminder, stay in balance. So that's a great card to remind us. Katie says there's lots of hearts and lots of love. Thank you, Katie. How is you say sunny and hot in Missouri? So it's already springtime. So springtime in Missouri, Katie, the weather is happening. And I did want to share with everyone, there's a new banner. I don't know where the old banner is, but if you do want a reading, if you do want a support session, counseling, psychotherapy, there is a for the month of May, there is a 55% discount. So the code is compassion. So please do book in or share with your friends if anyone is interested in having a one-on-one session with yours truly. A one-on-one session with your destiny. That is the code compassion. Now, I have different websites that load up. So I'm going to write down. If you just go to this website, there it is, loading up, starmentalhealth.com. So when you put www, it doesn't work. So some of you have asked me, why isn't it working? Because there's something to do with the code, and it's, just write that directly, or you can go directly into this website, and there it is, just loading up. All right, so 55% off for the month of May, code compassion. And so that's something I'm offering the community. I'm offering everyone, feel free to book in. I am in Australia, so the time alignment can sometimes be a challenge for some people, but I'm always available on email, so you can consult with me to book a time that is appropriate for you, that works for both of us. So that's the offer at the moment, 55% off. And I just said 55%. But I mean 55% off, and the code is compassion. The discount code is compassion, if that's not clear. There's the website. That's the direct website. It's part of the heal.me community. And so that's it. Thank you, everyone, for being in the show live, for sharing your energy, for sharing your insight and wisdom. Loved seeing everyone again and wishing you a beautiful week. I will be back next week, and this time, hopefully, everything will be, all the glitches will be resolved, and I will be flowing and creating and co-creating. And lots of love to you all. Have a beautiful week. Bye.
Steadfast flame, the yang fire burns, its brilliant warmth, the world it turns, consistent glow through night and day, guiding others along the way. Persistent heart, unyielding drive, with generous spirit, it helps lives thrive. A giving force, like sunlight's rays, it brightens paths and lights up days. Sincere and friendly, its charm endears, a beacon of hope that calms all fears. Tenacious spirit, structured mind, forward thinking, it sees the light, putting others' needs above its own. Its selfless heart through deeds is shown. Expressive words, they soothe and inspire, bringing joy like a radiant fire. Its happiness spreads like sparks in flight, creating smiles with its glowing light. The young fire day, a force divine, a steady flame in hearts it shines, putting others' needs above its own. Its selfless heart through deeds is shown. Affecting words, they soothe and inspire, bringing joy like a radiant fire. Its happiness spreads like sparks in flight, creating smiles with its glow.